That's definitely a thing. Okay, here we go.
Oh, sure. We're on. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Irvine. This is our senior analyst, Grant Cox, and we're here for the 2016 Final Four Countdown, Throwdown, Showdown.
For your hometown.
Hoedown. Yep, for the hometown.
Downtown.
But we are excited. This year has proven to be a very tremendous year. This year we have 4 men, 4 women competing in this Final Four. Grant, what are your thoughts so far?
That's right, John. It is 4 men and 4 women this year. The women, of course, competing against each other. The men against each other. That is the big change. Yeah.
That is the big change. And this year, not only are we going to have food and beverages, but we are also going to have the Bedrock Eats and Sweets food truck, the brand new Bedrock Eats and Sweets food truck, parked at our location, ready to serve some warm, delicious paleo waffles. So bring your friends, bring your family. The show's going to start at 11 a.m. sharp, and enjoy it. Root on your favorite Iron Tribe members. But let's go ahead and get this started. All right?
John, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Okay, go ahead.
I do remember distinctly that this food truck, in particular, is both a truck and a vehicle which serves food.
You don't say.
Yeah, so all the more reason for everyone to make it out.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Grant. That's why he's our senior analyst.
Yep.
So let's get down to the participants. So first, let's break down our female contenders. So we've got Karen, Amanda, Anna, and Gwen. All right. So this is a good group right here. These are 4 of our fittest women, maybe in the entire world, but we are lucky and fortunate to have them here in Memphis. But let's start from the top. Karen.
Let's go to the top.
All right. Let's talk about Karen. So Karen, this is her first year competing in the Final Four. What are your thoughts on Karen so far?
Well, John, color me impressed, right?
Mhm.
If there's one thing about Karen that I know for sure, it's that she'll come prepared, right? Throughout the entire way through this tournament, she's been prepared, and that's not unlike the regular season,
Mm-hmm.
right? I recall hearing a very, very interesting story about her preparing for a 5K.
Yes, that's true, and I can actually expound on that. Rumor has it that before the Halloween 5K that we hosted, she practiced doing burpees in her Oscar Mayer Wiener costume just to make sure she would be able to compete in it. So all by herself. So big shout out to her. If that is true, I don't know. I never saw a video if there was one that surfaced, but that just shows true dedication and preparation, and I believe she'll have that same attitude for this Final Four. So Karen, great contender. Now let's move on to Amanda.
Yeah.
All right, Amanda. Now I know she's kind of got a little chip on her shoulder. I know there's some a little back and forth between when she was younger between Alabama, Auburn, War Eagle, Crimson Tide. Right? Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit more? I know you had an interview with Amanda earlier today.
Yeah, I got to sit down with Amanda one-on-one, and I'll tell you, she's a gem. She's a gem.
She sure is.
But where that comes from is, she her whole life wanted to go to Auburn. She wanted to scream out that War Eagle, root on those Tigers, but was shot down multiple times, and had to settle for Alabama. Now, die hard, of course, but that's where that chip comes from.
Mm-hmm.
That Lay's potato chip on that shoulder comes from that.
Yes, exactly. And I also heard Bubba, her husband, same kind of thing happened to him. He desperately wanted to go to Auburn, but did not get his scholarship there. Was actually denied and had to settle for playing football at the Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
But I know deep down they both have chips on their shoulder. Amanda, for sure, that's really what's gotten here to this point right now.
Yeah.
So, but moving on, let's go to Anna Casper. I know there's been a lot of controversy with her, getting it to this point.
Yeah.
A lot of it, PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs, kind of surfacing up this past year.
Allegations.
Yep, allegations, of course. That's what she says.
Right.
But yes, what have you heard? Do you have a little bit more on this story?
So again,
have you talked with the NCAA?
Again, John, we can't get too ahead of ourselves, right? These are just allegations.
Yes.
Right. Nothing has been confirmed. And that's about as far as we can take it. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Yes.
However, Anna did put herself on probation in the last season and the season before that. maybe this self-inflicted punishment is supposed to maybe buffer what the NCAA is going to do next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But let's just let her performance speak for itself, right?
Yeah, my thoughts are if she really is innocent and hasn't used any, she wouldn't have put herself on probation. That just kind of shows me that she probably dabbled in it at some point in her life. But we'll see. I mean, only time will tell. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But either way, she's got a good chance of winning this. She's a great athlete. Her numbers don't lie. But who knows? Who knows how she really got there?
Yeah. If we're looking strictly at the numbers, Anna is a strong contender.
Yes.
That's all we can say objectively.
Definitely. Now, last and certainly not least, we've got Gwen. Now, a little backstory on Gwen. At one point, we thought Gwen was completely knocked out of this tournament. However, circumstances changed, and she really just kind of rose to the top. We kind of called her the Phoenix. We thought she was dead at one point, and then she just resurrected herself.
Yeah.
Anything?
Gwen has a fire, if we're going to continue the Phoenix metaphor, that cannot be doused. That fire, honestly reminds me of a young Tanya Harding.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, good.
Just in the fact, great athlete, and she wants it bad. She wants it bad, John. And she will break your shins to get there.
I don't doubt it. I know. I've seen her try.
Yeah.
Well, that's our women contenders. Like I said, great group of women. It's gonna be a bloodbath for sure. But moving on, let's talk about the men now. So we've got Cooper Cole, Taylor Somerville, and this guy named Jerry Wood. But let's start with Cooper. So Cooper is let's just say he's old.
Let's call it a success story.
Yeah, it's a success story. He's old. He a lot of these young bucks didn't give him much of a chance. I certainly didn't.
I had him out in round 2.
Yeah, funny story about Cooper. First time I saw him, I actually ran up to him, gave him a big old hug and kiss because I thought he was my granddad.
Yeah.
That was awkward.
Yeah,
that was so awkward.
Yeah. Cooper, fun fact, is actually the first athlete ever to qualify for both the Final Four and Social Security benefits in the same year.
Wow. I did not know that.
Only athlete to ever do it.
He's probably been using that savings to hire an elite trainer as well. So
maybe you could put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised he's here.
Yeah, no doubt. Now let's move on to Cole Giovanetti. Now, we at one point thought he was going to have to remove himself from this tournament. He was deathly ill this past week. We don't really know. Yeah, walking pneumonia. Yes, walking pneumonia. And people kind of are anticipating, maybe like a Jordan-like performance in this Final Four. What do you think? Do you think he has it in him?
He's got it in him. Yeah. Cole screams Jordan Game 5, the flu game.
Yeah.
By screams, I mean figuratively because he can't talk right now.
Yes, definitely.
Because of how ill he is. But I think he's definitely got that in him. He's got that resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
He's also physically resurging a lot of things, anything he eats, right? Because he just can't keep anything down.
No, not at all. It's kind of gross.
Right.
But, the one thing that's really, that I've seen in Cole was that Sweet 16 matchup with him and Richard Smith. Slaying the silverback himself. Just took it to him. And it was impressive. So, but moving on, we've got Taylor Somerville. Right now, a little backstory on Taylor. He was in the Final 2 last year and was just edged out, just barely edged out, and got second place. And I know for him, he sees this as a revenge match.
Yeah.
He is determined. He's been spending this entire year really just eyes on the prize the whole time. And you can see it. You can see it every single day when he comes and works out.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a chance to sit down with Taylor Somerville, and he told me just a quick story about how recently he was hiking up a mountain. He got to the top of that mountain, and it was there that he vowed to never lose to anyone ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we actually have a clip of that hike. Do we have a... No, we don't.
No. Moving on.
So you just have to take my word for it. But great. Really, really impressive stuff.
Yes. And I heard there's going to be a lot of ladies at the at the tournament.
No coincidence.
Yeah, no coincidence, but we'll see. We'll see. Last, all right, so we've got this guy. Is this a typo? Jerry Wood?
Yeah, I've got that on mine.
Jerry Wood. I have never heard of a Jerry Wood. Have you?
Must be a.
No. Well, they're telling us that this is correct.
Jerry Wood.
Well, we have never heard of this guy, so he probably will be a non-factor. Wouldn't you agree?
I've got nothing to go on. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. So it looks like it'll probably just be down to those three guys, and whoever this Jerry person is. We'll find out. He may have a chance. I don't know.
We'll get back to everybody on that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's it. This concludes our show. I'm John Irvine.
Grant Cox.
And we will see you next year. So long, and farewell. Good night.
Memphis. See you later.
All right. What do you think?
Well.